All righty. So need everybody to turn to page 77 in your notebook. 77. And I'm so happy I'm about to get rid of my box for the day. Woot, woot. Last time to pour water in a box for the year. Oh, I'm so sad. By the way, we have a conceptual checkpoint Thursday. How much are all my conceptual checkpoints worth?
5.
5 points. Next week, Monday, you have your assessment. I'm not sure how many points that's worth yet. I had a copy of the full assessment this morning, and then this splashed and got water all over it. Those also got water on them. My phone, you know, y'all know how the water goes over here. It's just so much fun playing with water and mud. Not really.
You always have bad luck with any kind of
Water and mud. Yeah. The assessment's 8 pages, but just like the LEAP, where they waste a lot of space, to be perfectly blunt about it, each one of your pages, one page might be a picture and a few words. The next page will all be area for you to write on, and you don't need all that space to write on. They just give you more than ample space to write on if you choose to. So when I say it's got 8 pages to it, it might be you only have 4 or 5 questions. That's the reality. Unfortunately, of the 8 pages, 4 of the pages have color images, and when I tried copying them in black and white, you could not tell what the pictures were. So they must be copied in color. Let me show you what the helpful school board did. He gave me this. Blake, do me a favor. How many copies does that say that is?
30.
30. This is supposed to last me this year and next year. How many 4th graders do y'all know me to have? I've got 62 4th graders this year. More than likely, I'll have 70 or 80 next year. So that's about 140 in 2 years. They gave me 30 the last 2 years. So I have to go home and make copies on my color printer. Yeah, very helpful of them, right?
Yeah.
At least I gave you some copies of copies.
Yes, Colby.
Can I have an eraser?
Yes, Eason.
Are we gonna be able to build the dams, or?
I'm going to do the dam in a few minutes.
No.
Colby. Okay, so yesterday we looked at a picture. Oh, that was close. That was so very close. Oh yeah, there's 4 liters of water. Yesterday we looked at, that makes me sick to my stomach. Share screen, and I bet it'll take twice sharing it because it's special that way. Really? Zoom, are you feeling bad for me today? Huh. Weird. It's only taken one time to, oh, yep, there it went. I say that would be a first. No. Stop share. Stop share. Share screen. Image mate. There we go. Okay. Yesterday we looked at this image. Okay. We see a really tall wall there, right? What's that wall called?
A dam.
A dam. And we see water pooled up behind it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes? Looking that way, you see. Okay. We see some water moving here, right? So today they want us to look at this image.
Whoa. I've been there. Me too.
You've been somewhere similar, not to that one. Okay? because we have several that are similar in Shreveport. What do you notice about that image? Ben?
It has this machine that's built into the dam, so
It-
it makes water come out.
It does. It has something built into the dam that allows water to move through some. Please stop doing your hand like that because the brain reads that as something flashing and that can induce a seizure. I'd really rather not have one in front of the class. Cody.
On one side it's flooded, on the other side it's not.
So one side the water is really what? Really high. The other side is really low. Thank you. This is the first class where I don't feel like I'm pulling teeth getting that answer out. Second response. Oh, thank you. Second response in the class, and we already jumped to that one. Very good, Cody. Thank you. What else do people notice about this picture? Eason.
You can go across it, but it will still let some water in, but it won't let it in like it used to be. It used to be probably like rushing down, but that lets water move slowly into it.
So it's controlled, right? Okay. So this is controlled and it's letting some water through. What do you think these are called?
Levee.
Not levees.
Drains.
That might be, but that's not what they're calling them here. Anybody else have an idea? What do you think it is, Ben?
Drains.
What?
I think those things are keeping the water from rushing to mixing.
Yes, but what are those things called? That was the question.
With the divider.
These are called gates. This is called dam gates. What is controlling them? Because two of them are open. There are other ones that are not. Anybody notice that? What do you think, Brian?
I think it would be like a control panel.
Maybe. But what do we see in the picture?
I see like arms going inside
Arms.
the wall.
These little things right here. We can see these right here that are controlling this, right? So these arms are allowing water to come through, correct?
Yes.
And these arms have this closed. So these two are closed. This one's closed. This one back here is closed. And there's one of the shadows is closed. And you guys mentioned this going across the top. Is that what you were mentioning, Eason? Okay. So this is a bridge letting people walk across the top. We have several dams with gates on them around Shreveport, don't we?
Yes.
Cypress Lake, Caddo Lake, Toledo Bend has one. Okay. People fish at these, right? And fish literally jump across them.
Yeah, I got this one.
Okay, that's where you guys recognize them because they look similar and they're not all that tall. Some of them are tall, some of them are not. So you guys already pointed out that the water on this side is high. The water on this side was low. And at one point it probably was the same level, but they built it now so that there's a difference in height, correct?
Yeah.
Good observations, guys. Very good observations. So do you think it's possible that on one side of this, maybe there's gates that we don't see?
Yes.
And maybe on this side's lower and the other side's higher, or maybe this is a high side and the other side's low. We don't know because we only see one side of it, right? Yeah, this is tomorrow. Tomorrow we do math in here, a lot of it. Yeah, a lot of math.
Yeah, I'm ready.
A lot of adding and subtracting. Huh. Okay, class. Okay, so the gate in that picture controls how much water gets through, right? The picture we just looked at? It wasn't that long ago, was it? I mean, I know I got a headache that's making it hard for me to think, but I don't think you guys do you?
I haven't had it. I have.
You have a migraine? Anybody been puking today? I feel like it. What is it?
I think the giant dam is called the Hoover Dam or something.
There is a Hoover Dam that is massive, but that's not the one we've been looking at. So these are gates. This, see the little hole in it? I spy some dark water behind that hole. What do you think that hole acts as?
Drain.
In the most basic sense. But what do you think it's supposed to be? If this is a dam, this card, what is that hole? What?
The place where the water flows.
Yeah, what's that called?
The gate.
The gate. This is a gate. See how they have two gates open and several that are closed? Well, if you look at the size of this, quote, gate in comparison to the size of, move this out the way, the size of this gate in comparison to the size of this card, that's about, it would fit probably 10 or 20 of those gates, and only one of them is open, right? Everybody understand how I come up with that statement? That's a little bitty hole compared to the size of that dam, right? Okay. So yesterday, we saw the effect of water on the riverbed, right? We saw a lot of erosion, didn't we? Yes, no, anybody here? Okay. So today, I'm going to add a dam to the river. First block, when I did this, remember how I said
Everyone was going to be different.
every class was going to be different? Well, I put in first block, I put the dam really close to where the cup was pouring water. That meant there was a lot of pressure hitting the dam. And I can't show you on my phone because for whatever reason, my phone died really early or it came really close to dying. It's had 5% charge all day. I've been charging it all day and it's been taking no charge. Technology's hating me today, royally. It's still charging and it's still taking no charge. It's just barely staying alive, like staying at 5% all day. But what I want you guys to know is that when I put in the dam, because there was so much pressure behind it, what do we know happens behind a dam? What forms?
Water.
Camazier, what forms?
Lake.
A lake. So a lake formed behind the dam, but it had so much pressure that then the water went around the dam, causing a lot of erosion, made a big mess, and went on around it. It never went through the gate because it got rid of the wall right here of dirt. Went on around it and right down the bucket. See the bucket?
Oh my gosh, it almost flushed out.
Yeah, it just went right on out the bucket. Second block, I moved the dam down a little bit like it was supposed to be to begin with, and it worked perfectly. The water went through the gate perfectly. So even though I would like to move the dam farther down here, I'm afraid that because it wouldn't have as, I'll try it down a little bit, but it might not have as much to cling on to. The riverbanks aren't as tall there. So it's possible it won't work as well. And if that's the case, I'll show you the pictures from second block before my phone dies. Because my phone, like I said, it's got 5%. It's had 5% all day. It's been charging all day. Technology and I today are not getting along real well. Yes, sir.
On my side where that little like dip is, it looks like perfect because it's not too far in and not too far out.
Well, that's exactly where second blocks was. All right, what color modeling clay would you like me to stick the dam in? Purple's gone. Light blue or dark blue? Dark? Okay. All right, I heard dark blue more than anything else. Nope. Yellow's gonna be gross in that dirt.
Yellow blue.
All right, so here's the thing.
Yellow.
Listen and stop arguing. All this gets dumped out afterwards. I'm so happy for it. See my empty boxes over there? They're empty because they're all dumped out
I'll dump it out.
into here.
Oh, that's a tiny
Yes, sir.
Is that just regular paper?
Where?
The damn.
No, that's plastic. That's a silicone cutting board.
Silicone.
So it's actually not plastic, it's silicone.
Can we do?
Huh? No. Already told you, we're not drawing right now.
Sorry.
Okay, all I can say is hopefully this works, and hopefully I don't splash more water all over, because I've done enough of that today. Okay, so why did I make the hole go down?
So that.
Amaya?
So it will turn the water.
Yes, but what am I trying to make the hole like?
A gate.
Like a gate. If the gate were way up here, would the water ever approach the gate?
No.
No, because the water's going to be down low, won't it? So the gate has to be down low. It has to be where the water will be. It's kind of like putting the bottom of your bus door way up high. That wouldn't make sense, would it? You have to dive through it, wouldn't you? Right? You have to be able to step through it.
It has to be like 13 foot tall.
Right? You have to make it practical.
Oh no, our dam isn't working.
It is. It's going right through the gate. Where's the gate? Because JC's asking me where the gate is. It's the hole. JC apparently wasn't listening while I was teaching. So, is there a lake behind the dam?
Yeah.
Yes, it's right back here. Water did not go around the dam. It worked just like it's supposed to.
There's a little water left.
No, second blocks worked best. But something was similar between all three classes. And it's the same thing with the lake. Who's been swimming in a lake? Is there always sand at the bottom of it?
Yeah.
There's always sediment at the bottom. Do you see right down here? There's sediment at the bottom. You see it? It moves sediment into the bottom of this lake. And there's a lot of sediment right here, right before you get to the dam, right here. It's like a little mud island right here. All three classes had this. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. See right here? It's real thick. And back here, you can see where the lake was. And they're still holding water right there. Okay, so wrong way. Page 78. You're going to write notes about how the water made a lake behind the dam. And then it went through the gate and made a smaller river on the front side of the dam. And then you need to draw this. Yes, Ethan.
Hey, you didn't have to like swirl your hand around.
I didn't. Might want to label your drawing. Well, for the most part. Yeah, I know it's the joy of having a mask on all the time. Did you notice the water that on this side where the river was, it was mostly clear, wasn't it? The water back there in the lake was not really clear. You could really see the sediment through it, couldn't you? I was over here drawing too.
Did everything like it was in the mouth. was the key made?
What was it?
When was the key made?
When was the key made?
Yeah.
What key? What are you talking about?
Like, when was the keys made?
When were the keys?
Yeah.
Keys.
When were keys invented?
Oh, I don't know. Long time ago.
Where was the
I
what?
guess it before Christ.
Where was the
Very long time ago.
when was the wheel
People have always tried to lock other people out.
Wait, are
Keys
keys
in general.
Oh, like car keys.
Not car keys, but keys to homes and such. Yes, ma'am.
Can me and Allison go jump out the water?
What is it?
Can me and Allison go jump out the water?
I've got a lot to do before we get to that point.
I will jump out the water.
Don't worry about that. We got a lot to do before we get there. Someone's glue sticks on the floor. All right, has everybody finished with their drawing and their notes?
Yes.
Okay, get it done. Stop talking.
Last class.
Stop talking. I need chairs pulled up. I'm guessing on it, put it in my pencil cup. All right, everybody's done drawing, yes? There it is. Okay. So the next part is actually a really important part of science, and it's creating claims and explanations and reasonings for them. So I've been kind of providing your claims up till now, but you guys make claims all the time, but you normally don't do them in science. A claim is simply a statement. You make a claim to your parent multiple times a day. Think about it. If you don't want to get in trouble and your teacher has said one thing, some of you might be so bold as to directly go against what your teacher said. That's a claim. Am I right? It's a false claim, but it's a claim, isn't it? So we know what a claim is, right? A claim is a statement. It's a sentence. It's just a statement. We're not used to making scientific claims, but we're oh so used to making claims. We're just not used to using it the way they want us to for science. That's the only difference. That's it. They want us to get used to making scientific claims. Okay? It's just repurposing it. Okay? Kind of like recycling something, right? Anybody ever taken crayons and melted them down? That's just repurposing crayons. Okay? So making a scientific claim, it's just you've already made claims your whole life. Now we're repurposing it and using it for the purpose of science. Make sense? Everybody understand what I'm trying to do? Okay, stop drawing, JC, if that's what you're doing. I need it stopped, okay? All right, so turn in your notebook, page 79. 79. I'm doing this because my table is so wet, I can't even put a notebook down on it. Poured so much water on it. It's one of the reasons that I don't like that. Okay, so yesterday we made predictions about how adding a dam would change the river system. I gave you a prediction for you to copy. Yes, Colby. Oh no, I poured so much water on our notebooks that I had to just put a roll of paper towels there, and they've given me multiple paper towels back there too. So I have paper towels. It's just this needs time to dry out. Got so much water on it. Probably the table's going to end up being warped because there's so much water on it. Thank you though. It's the wonderful thing about having to do a group experiment on a wooden table with the paper. I mean, with this kind of cloth on it.
Did you know somehow speakers can dry stuff? Like if you lay them down flat and you put like.
They can, but unfortunately, spraying a corrosive material that destroys electronics on it day after day for 4 months is very unwise. You see, I had to switch out speakers, right? These speakers sound awful. No, like so much awful. Sounds awful. We tried it in second block. Yes, ma'am. You got to speak up. They're not spraying the electronics. They're spraying my rooms with so much spray that it's going airborne and it's landing everywhere. They're just spraying the dust, but they're spraying so much in the air that it's landing everywhere. Because we've already thought about that, and it's just the fact that they're spraying so much, which is good for the dust, and then it's killing germs. But it's very bad for the electronics, and I've already emailed Ms. Sparks about it because it's affected 4 classrooms around here, our electronics.
Told you just cover them up.
I have been lately, but it's already ruined my speakers and my printer, and my new printer is $250. And I already let Miss Sparks know that too. All right, so let's get going with the next part. Okay, so our prediction, dams can cause an impact by creating a lake on one side, which changes the plants and animals, and a desert on the other side with completely different organisms. So we haven't looked at any evidence about changing plants and animals. And we haven't looked at any evidence about looking at different organisms with deserts. But we have today created a lake on one side of our dam, haven't we? And we did create a smaller river on the other side, not exactly a desert, but a smaller river on the other side of our dam today, didn't we? So we created that evidence today, didn't we? Right? Jaden, if you don't stop playing and getting yourself distracted, I'm going to send another message to Mom. Okay? I need you paying attention to this. All right? So, in your notebook, this. What claim shall we make here? All day long, my students have done this in groups. Blake doesn't have a group. He's my first one today that's sitting at a table alone. So, Blake, how about you come work with this table? The desks are all clean. I just cleaned them all with Clorox. You guys know I use actual Clorox products. The student in the second block actually dropped a colored pencil on the floor and then rolled his chair across it and got colored pencil all over the floor. And I told him, and now here's a wipe, clean it. And my Clorox wipe took it right up off the floor. Clorox is wonderful. So my desks are clean. Clorox wipes are awesome. I don't know about spraying Clorox in the air. Terrible for electronics, especially printers and speakers. So I want every group to come up with one claim. Okay? Listen to what your claim needs to be able to do. You need to be able to back it up with evidence. If you look on the board, what we've looked at the past 2 days is a stream table. We've looked at photographs using the Theodore Roosevelt Dam and the dam gate that we looked at today. And we looked at the Beaver Dam video. Okay? So whatever claim you make, you're going to have to be able to back it up with evidence. Okay? So if you say something about the environment changing, have we actually looked at a change in animals?
Yes, no.
Have we looked at evidence about change in animals?
Yes, there's no man.
We've not looked at fish. We've not examined fish. We didn't look at streams with fish in it.
But
I didn't examine any fish in my box. Thank goodness I didn't have to look at fish in my box. That would have stunk so bad. Okay, we didn't study fish. We didn't study plants in here. Okay, so you can't use anything dealing with plants and animals because we don't have any evidence for it. We have to be able to back it up with evidence. Okay, so don't use anything that's going to require plants and animals for your evidence because we didn't study plants and animals. Got it? Sir Legend, this is my second time to tell you to sit up and wake up. This is not a bed and it's not bedtime. Got it? Okay.
My dog wakes me up at before 6.
Okay. Right now, we have a few minutes to get this done. One claim and 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. Okay? All right. You and your group members. You and your group members, Mr. Loach. Stop hitting the bottle and do your work. Okay? And I mean like literally, not figuratively.
My claim is a stranger of a watermelon.
One claim.
We got down. We down.
You gotta have a claim first, then evidence. You're about to have a claim.
So remember when we made it and we put the date? It made a lake in a river. In a pond. So in our project, we water river, we added today. In our project, the water river, we made a dam of the river, we turned still to the river, and one to the river. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's just okay. In our project, we had a river.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we doing the evidence and reasoning?
Evidence, 2 pieces of evidence. We're going to discuss reasoning in a few.
We got up to What's gonna be our second? Oh, I got Wait. How about me?
Amber?
He's a married something that's kind of like the same thing. You put them both.
What he's trying to say is, can we put different words, but
Yes.
they mean the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please stop banging. Okay, you have 2 more minutes, friends. Evidence, 2 more minutes. And he's straight out. All right, guys, we're out of time to continue. You've had more than ample time to come up with your claim statement. Out of curiosity, did anybody write a claim statement about adding a dam causes a lake to form behind it? Did anybody make that claim statement? Nobody? What was yours?
It was the dam makes health lakes and the dam makes lakes and rivers turn into dry land.
Okay, so the dam creates, you did the other way. You said a dam creates a dry area forward of it. Okay, so that was one of the claims that was right here. Building a dam on a river can cause part of the river to dry up or be lower. So a piece of evidence for that would be after the dam was put in place, there was less water flowing to the area after the dam. That part of the river dried up. That's a piece of evidence for it. We saw that on our stream table, did we not?
We did see that.
Another piece of evidence we saw for that was in the dam gate photo. Forward of the dam gate, the water level was significantly lower. Stop playing, Colby. Forward of the dam gate, the water level was significantly lower. That's your second piece of evidence, right? Mm-hmm. That's 2 easy pieces of evidence. All right. What claim did you guys make at this table?
Dams affect the environment by holding the water back, because if it holds it back and it breaks, all that water is going to come in and flood.
But your statement was dams affect the environment by holding the water back. Mm-hmm. So your evidence could be in our stream table, a lake was formed. That's one piece of evidence. Your other piece of evidence could be in the beaver dam video, we saw a pond form behind the beaver dam. That's 2 pieces of evidence. Okay? 2 easy pieces of evidence. Get it recorded. Jaden, I sure hope you're working because right now it looks like you're dawdling and not working. I'm trying to help every table and every person. I just gave you your answers and it doesn't look like they're written down. Whoever's humming that needs to stop. All right, Addison, what is the claim for your table?
The dam changes the water flow so it makes one side higher and the other side lower.
Good, that makes it really easy to come up with your evidence. Ava, tell me one of your pieces of evidence.
One side was higher water than the other side.
So you need to start off with what your piece of evidence was. So according to which piece of evidence? Which piece of evidence are we using?
This was from when you did that bucket.
Okay, so in the stream table, we saw one side high and one side of the dam high. One side, the water on one side of the dam was high and the water on one side of the dam was low. Okay, so let's clearly write that down on the paper. Okay, make sure everybody writes that. Mariah, that's you too. Okay, that for their table. So 1 second. Okay. All right, did I already go to y'all's table, Colby?
No.
Okay, what was y'all's claim?
Fish can't swim down the river when there's a dam.
Well, when the gates are closed on the dam.
Okay, so what would be your evidence?
The video dam holds the water.
So what in the what?
So the fish can't
I know what was the according to what piece of evidence?
in the video, the dam holds the water that
So in the beaver dam video? Okay, so right on there, in the beaver dam video, the fish could not swim back, could not swim through because the dam was holding the water back. Okay, all right, what was y'all's claim over here? Dams affect rivers, what?
Dams affect the environment by making lakes, like giant rivers and streams.
Okay, good. So what was your evidence? Hold on just a minute. There's humming and there's talking. I need both of those to not be going on so I can hear them.
The evidence I wrote down was sexual associated with water just like regular.
Good job. Make sure you have 2 pieces of evidence. Very good. All right, this table. What's your claim?
In the stream table, we saw dams make one side a dry moist, and in the other side a lake.
Good. So what did you use for your evidence? How'd you state your evidence?
He just said,
What's that? What?
yeah, we said, I'll just say our evidence.
Okay, so you could
Our
say,
claim was, you already told our claim earlier.
okay, so just make sure when you're giving your evidence that you state on the stream table I saw, or in the photograph I saw. And guys, the reason this is so important is on your LEAP test and on your assessment you take for me on Monday, you need to state what piece of evidence you're looking at, okay? So when it says give evidence, name it. Name which piece of evidence you're giving me, okay? Name it every time. All right, don't assume the reader knows which one you're talking about. You've got to name which one you're discussing, okay? That way you are clear as could be which one you're talking about. All right, everybody got it? If you don't stop playing, we're gonna have some issues, okay? My phone might not be working, but my brain is. I can remember who's playing. They're not paying attention. All right? Okay, so the reasoning, guys,
Reasoning just means making sense of your evidence. All right. Why does your evidence back up your claim? That's what reasoning is. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. And we don't have a lot of time to get a whole bunch of work done. So let me show you the examples of reasoning from my book. Our claim that, yeah, let me zoom in because that's too far back. Our claim that building a dam on a river can cause a lake to form was supported by our observations from the investigation. When we added a dam to our model river, water backed up forward to pool behind the dam. This makes sense because if water flow is blocked, the water will build up unless it can go somewhere else. Our claim that building a dam can control the amount of water in the river was supported. During the investigation, when we added a dam to our model river, the flow of water after the dam decreased or stopped. We could have increased the water again by making the hole in the dam bigger or moving the dam completely. A reasoning statement is just making sense of what happened. That's all. You reason all the time. My 1-year-old granddaughter is making sense of the world. When she says cookie, my dog comes. Right? So she's making sense to herself. When I call the dog comes. At 1.5 years old, she's reasoning. This is asking you to make sense. Why does the evidence back up the claim? That's what scientific reasoning is. It's asking you, why does the evidence fit the claim? Explain it in words. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what you're writing down. Okay, that's what reasoning is. It's how do you make the evidence make sense with your claim? How do you back it up? Okay, with words. Not with a picture, but with words. The one I wrote earlier, our claim that building a dam on a river could cause a lake or pond to form was supported by the beaver dam video. When the beavers built their dam, they slowed the water flow, created a pond, and this made sense because water will build up. Slowed the water flow, create a pond, and this made sense because water will build up unless it has some place to go. Okay. That's a reasoning statement. It's linking the evidence back to the claim. I've got people sitting and not writing. Nobody's going to come write it for you.
I already wrote mine.
I know. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm going to move this down because this is in the way.
Teachers, excuse this interruption. You're probably going to need to get your pencil or marker ready because we do have a long list today. So, and I'll probably repeat this twice. So if you have questions, please buzz the alphabet back so we make sure we get the kids where they need to be. We'll start out. If you have any students that ride bus 26, bus 614 will be running for bus 26. If you have any students riding bus 91, bus 91 will go to bus 642 today. If we have any students riding bus 174, bus 174 will go to bus 141 today. If you have any students riding bus 637, bus 637 will go to bus 254 today. Okay. If we have students that ride bus 642, they will go to the auditorium. Students that ride bus 237 will report to the auditorium, and students that ride bus 416 will report to the auditorium. So students that will be sent to the auditorium is 642, bus 237, and bus 416. Bus 26 will be running, if your students ride bus 26, I'll go over this list again just in case you missed something. But bus 26, bus 614 will be running for bus 26. Bus 642 will be running for bus 91. If you have students that ride bus 174, they get on bus 141. And if you have students that ride bus 637, they will be on bus 254. Thank you.
No, we got more to go. We got more to go. Guys, you need to come up. You should have one claim, 2 pieces of evidence, and two pieces of evidence, and 2 reasoning statements. All total, that page is worth 5 points. 2 pieces of reasoning, 2 pieces of evidence. I just explained it all. I'm not going through it again. I went through the whole thing and I read several of those out loud to you. Sorry if you weren't paying attention.
You can always
Well, you can read this. I don't know if you're going to be to go on to it because I've had 3 recordings not successfully taped today. I don't know if this one's going to take. My friend needs to pay attention. I've got people looking around and I don't know that they've completed all their work. I do know that we still have more work to go. There's 8 more points of this 19-point assignment today. So we need to be getting our stuff done. Share screen, finish, share screen. Oops. Share screen. What is it, Sir Legend? We got more to go. I don't want you to miss this. Why is it? I'm not letting people out because you'll miss and say, well, I missed that. I don't want to let anybody out right now. All right, so we're going to go to our last activity, which is, remember, you should have 1 thing here, 2 here, 2 here. Page 81. Page 81. All right, so here is our first map that we're looking at. This is the Colorado River system before 1903. Are there any dams on it? No. There are 23 rivers, though. Has the Colorado River, doesn't it? We already traced that out the other day, didn't we, on our map? So at the top of your page 81, you're going to have to write 2 things that make this map similar to this map.
Does this map have the Colorado River? So is that something you can write at the top of your page? Okay, so write that on there. Both maps have the Colorado River. Please spell Colorado River correctly. It's on the board. Yes, sir.
Can't you put that they're both maps?
No, do not write that they're both maps.
I want to go and do it anyway. Right on.
And when you write how they're dissimilar, do not write that one's in color and one's in black and white. Don't do that. You have to tell me two things that make them similar. I'm going to point out a couple things to you. I just zoomed in to make it a little bit easier. You see the Green River here? Everybody see the Green River? Has a Virgin River. It has down here the Gila River. Starts with a G, but it's pronounced Gila. Over here, we have the Green River. We have the Virgin River. We have the Gila River. It has some of the same rivers. Is that another similarity? You might want to write. Because how many similarities do you have to have? Two. Amaya, you're not writing. Right. I've personally just given you two things that make them similar, haven't I?
But they both have tributary rivers.
Tributary rivers, yes. Tributarius. Mariah, please pay attention to the bus numbers today so that tomorrow so that when we get out to the buses today, you'll know where to go. That goes for everybody. Pay attention to where you go if you ride one of those buses.
If you ride one for, I'm gonna go every single day.
Okay. Point is, when we get outside, I don't want you being confused on where you go. It's on the board. I wrote it nice this time, not all scribbly.
Does anybody ride 174?
It's her legend. That's 141. All right, we need to keep going. Now, at the bottom of page 81, you need to write 3 things on this side that make the pre-1903 map different, and 3 things on this side that make the present day map different. The color map's present day. Do not write that one is in black and white and one is in color. I don't care about that. That's not important. I could go out, put a filter on my phone and take a picture of myself in black and white. Take the filter off and make it in color. It's still me. Got it? That's not a valid difference. Okay? That's just how the artist decided to depict it. Okay? So how many total differences do I need to be written? Try again. 6. 3 here, 3 here. This is the pre-1903 map. Now, it has 23 rivers on it. Does it have any lakes? Look at it. Don't look at me. How many lakes are on here? None. Does it have any dams on it? No. Do you see any sea on it? No. Let's go over here. Does it look like it has 23 rivers on it?
No.
No, it has 11. Does it have lakes on it? Has a bunch of them. Has 11 lakes on it. Has, I think it has 13 rivers. Why does it have so many, so few, has a bunch less rivers? Why? Because what else is on this map? No. What else is on that map? Yes, ma'am.
There's a dam.
17 of them. There's 17 dams on this map. So why are there so many less rivers?
You talk with different. It was right there, but on the other one, it was up there.
Because of the dams. There are so many dams, so there are so many less rivers. This one has lots and lots of dams.
How many lakes are there again?
How many what? 11 lakes. 17 dams.
How about that? You talk are different.
And look at their little paltry map legend. It just shows this little bit. That's what a dam looks like, is a line. Pretty bad, right? So it's got a whole bunch of dams on the map and some lakes and far fewer rivers. Okay. All right, I've got to get around and grade everybody's notebooks. This page is worth 8 points. Yes, sir.
Can we put for the pre-1930 map? Can we do is in 1903?
Well, I mean, this one's present day. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Here is one other difference. It has the Salton Sea. That other map did not have the Salton Sea. No. No sea.
Oh wait.
Have you already got all 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got all.
All right, I've got to go around and grade. I need you guys to let me do this without talking to me because I've got a lot to grade. That means I need you not talking. We never know if or when the school might close down, so I need you guys going home with your notebooks every day, not leaving them up in school. Which is why I'll always have to grade these daily. Whatever reason. I'm sure people software had no idea yesterday, and then it did. Surprise!
That's what you did, and that's what you did on in the notes.
Come on, guys. I need you guys to stop talking so I can get all graded. You got more to go. Okay, guys, I need y'all to finish so I have time to grade. Everything else done.
Because the dam is stopping the river. Or the inclusion.
Guys, hush.
I'm about to go to the dam.
What?
I'm about to go to the dam.
You better hurry.
I was letting her.
Yes. No, no. Guys, when you got on top, right? Let me
me point out something to you guys. You do yourself a disservice when you get caught doing something you shouldn't at school, and then you go home and you lie to your parents, and your parents believe you because you're so good at lying, and they think the teacher's lying, and they get mad at the teacher. You do yourself a disservice, especially if you do it more than once, because then the teacher doesn't trust you as a student, and they don't trust your parents. I'm just saying, okay? Because I've had that happen to me twice by a student in this class. What I was saying was, when you do something in class that you shouldn't do, and the teacher reports it to the parent, and instead of taking responsibility for what you did in class, you lie to your parent, and you tell your parent the teacher is lying, and you're so good at doing it that your parent believes you, and you tell your parent, oh, the teacher's lying about stuff. And make it where the teacher doesn't trust you as a student or trust the parent, especially when you do it more than once. You do yourself a disservice. Makes it where the teacher doesn't trust you as a student. Just saying. Bad, bad thing to do for yourself. Real bad.
Okay.
Okay. Especially when you do it to the one teacher who will readily stick her neck out to help you and convince other teachers to do the same thing for her. When you burn your relationship with that teacher, you royally messed up. Yeah, that'd be wrong. That'd be wrong. You wrote it twice. They do have lakes. That's automatic honesty. Present day has lots of lakes. This one still be great. Stop humming. You have to go fast. I've only got 4 minutes to read. Colored pencils and pencils on the floor. Oh, excuse me. On the floor. Okay. Whoever's making all that noise needs to stop. Oh, there are. Guys, I need the talking to stop. I still have a couple peoples to grade because they're not done yet. Okay, I need to see Trace, Sir Legends, Jaden's, Blake's, all that talking over there needs to stop. I know, but the talking needs to stop. Unless you want to hear me yell. I know I'm pretty bossy. What the heck are you talking about? Yeah, be backwards of that.
Next Monday.
And I'll be happy to get this thing out. Always be writing. Oh no, it's selection day.
Tuesdays that I let Shane.
We're talking about Tuesday today,
Stop busy talking. Yes. You know it's the summertime. Girl, it's not smaller. Don't think I don't read your stuff. Yeah, that's it. I do read fast. Hey, lined up, not talking, friends. Legend, I need to see yours. Yeah, it's yours. Take it home. Guys, make sure there's nothing in your desk. Not a reason, but. For Legend. Guys, hush.
Miss Vanderbilt, does anybody ride bus 174?
The one you ride? Sir Legend does.
Okay.
All right, the talking. Stop. All right, everybody look at the bus switches on the board. Everybody knows what they're riding today.
I go to the auditorium every single day
And
now.
nobody in here saw my sarcasm on my shirt today, huh?
I did.
Sarcasm.
Let's eat kids. Let's eat kids. Punctuation saves lives.
Let's eat kids like I'm a cannibal.
Ah. Oh. Hey.